Next up, King Green against Paddy Pimblett. Lightweight bout. Dude, Paddy looked impressive, man. He looked really, really impressive. What do you think?
Mate, and I'll say it again. Like, I think that falling from grace that he had just, lit a fire up his...
Yeah.
And sorry for my language there, dude.
Oh, it's fine.
And he's just gotten so much better for it. I feel like he's more focused. He's more switched on than we've seen before.
Yeah.
And that was the Paddy I wanted to see, because that was the one we saw in Ferguson, like that level of determination, that level of focus, that ability to stay on task. And, mate, that's exactly what happened. Paddy saw an opportunity. Bobby went in for a takedown, saw an opportunity, had the guts and the confidence to go for the submission attempts. That's half the work, is the confidence to go for your submission attempts and to believe in them. And he did that. Yeah. And he stopped a guy that doesn't get stopped often.
I still don't know what Green was thinking going for the takedown. Like, you are trying to take down someone who is clearly a specialist in jiu-jitsu. Not only is he a black belt, but he has submitted people, and his jiu-jitsu game is phenomenal. The way that he was in that guillotine, transitioning to the triangle, chokes Green out, and then goes to the armbar while the bloody dude is asleep and probably causes damage to his arm. He was out cold, dude. That whole transition was absolutely beautiful. Why take that? Like, was it a brain snap? What are you doing trying to do that against Paddy?
Sometimes, like, mate, I don't know. It's like a mixture of, like, game plan, right? IQ. So you work a specific game plan. Do not do X, Y, Z. Then you have to have the discipline to follow through with that. But also, you're fighting habit, man. Like, you don't.
Fair.
Yeah, a lot of people won't understand how many times in the training room we go through everything, because mixed martial arts is such a diverse sport. There is so much we have to learn. Like, we have so many sessions during the week because there's just so much to cover. Even if you're fighting a kickboxer, like, you still have to grapple and wrestle, because what if the guy wants to take down and you're rusty and he gets you on your back and you lose a round and you're in a 3-round fight? You've only got 2 left.
That's fair.
And the guy's a dangerous striker. Yeah. He's held you down the entire round. He's both start fresh again. He might inch out, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to cover your bases. So maybe it's just habit, like, caught the kick, habit, like, take him down, run him over. But I don't know. I'm happy for Paddy, though. Like, I'm sad for Bobby.
I'm sad for Bobby.
I don't know. It's like someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. Like, it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to see anyone lose, but I want to see everyone win too.
Yeah.
So, but I'm happy for Paddy. I'm very happy for Paddy. Actually, I saw a video of him saying that he likes me, so I'm extra happy for Paddy, dude. That's how you get me on your side, proper. So I do a video saying I'm a sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm on your team now. Biased. Paddy, champ.
And look, he had a pretty good call out at the end of the fight. He called out Renato Moicano, which I think is a great fight for him to have next. In terms of Green, I think maybe he should think about, I know he's not going to. He's going to keep fighting until he's 40. But I reckon it's probably a good time for him to think about at least hanging up the boots, maybe have one fight as a retirement. I don't know, man, because he got knocked out pretty viciously 2 fights ago. Yeah. I know that he did really well against Jim Miller, but Jim's old. But Jim Miller's also a bit older too, bro. Like,
but he took shots in that first, right? It's tricky because, Bobby Green can smoke a lot of dudes in, like, that top 20, that top 15.
Yeah.
Problem is, like, he's going up against, like, that lower 10 and all the dudes that are just breaking into that period, like that gatekeeping spot. And, like, some guys just are like killers, and the young hungry killers, and some guys just aren't meant fit. Like, he's like the ultimate gatekeeper right now.
He is. I am just worried about his health, though, because, like, these are pretty vicious losses that he's having. I know that he won against Jim Miller, but the way he got knocked out 2 fights ago, the way he got put to sleep in this fight, I don't want to see anything happening to this dude.
Dude, guy changed his name to King. What? The damage is done, bro.
Wait, did you see what Paddy said about that?
The damage is done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let him go. Like, where are we going from here, dude? You know what I mean? Fight till he's 50. It doesn't matter.
Dude, Paddy was like laughing at his decision to change his name and chalked it up to CTE. I'm like, dude, that's so brutal, bro.
I can see that though, dude. I don't know. I think King's a cool name, but
it's a sick name. But look, I'm just worried about him. That's all I'm saying.
Tekken character King.
100%. And he's got the look for it as well. He could easily slot into a Tekken character. He'd be the next DLC character.
Yeah.
Next up, though, we've got Christian Duncan.
I'm a little upset, though, because his name's Robert, right? Is that why he called himself Bobby, or is it just Bobby?
That's a really good question. What's his...
I heard Paddy say his name's Robert. My name's Robert.
But it wasn't. You know? Is it actually like Lee? No, I don't know, man. I have a feeling that it was just Bobby.
Maybe it's just Bobby.
Maybe it was Robert. He changes his name to Bobby and then to King.
Yeah, dude. You may as well fight till you're 70.
No, I think his name was actually Bobby and not Robert.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I'd change him and, okay, no, I'm joking. Fair enough. I thought he was leaving the cool kids club, but.
And finally, this fight, dude. I don't know if you ended up watching it. Muhammad Makayev, Manel Cap. I just want to rant a little bit because you and I, we talked about this, how much hype went into this Makayev and Cap fight. They hated each other. There were incidents in the hotel where they were fighting each other before. They had to have security in the ring before they actually started scrapping because they looked like they were going to fight. What happened at the press conference or the weigh-ins? So much crap. And then they actually have the opportunity not only to fight each other legally, but to be paid doing so. Yeah. And they barely threw anything. That first round, barely... neither of them were really throwing. Even for the whole fight, there wasn't that much offense. Cap wasn't really throwing. Makayev didn't really use much of his wrestling, and I thought that he would try and shoot more, but he didn't really shoot more. So I'm like, all right, if you're not going to use your wrestling, you're not going to take down him, throw your hands a little bit more, get some more offense in there. It was such a disappointing, such a boring fight, especially given the build-up and the context. What the hell, bro? I'm so upset by this fight. I was so excited for it too, and it was just a letdown. Crap.
Yeah. Like, the only thing I can comment on is, like, I don't understand why the fighters fight in the hotel. Like, because I've seen the security around and they're doing their job. Because I understand you can get heated with the words sometimes, but man, like, you were literally going to be paid to punch on.
I know.
In like 3 days.
And you know what's funny, man?
Hold it in.
Did you hear what happened about to Makayev afterwards? Dana has cut him. He's no longer in the UFC.
Really?
So Dana was asked about this at the post-fight press conference. This was Makayev's last fight. And remember, this dude's undefeated. He was a prospect in that division. That was his last fight. Dana cut him, especially because of all the stuff that happened behind the scenes and apparently more stuff that we haven't even heard about. And he used the line, the PFL is going to get a great undefeated fighter. It was brutal, bro. But he is gone, no longer in the UFC. Wow. So we don't even talk about who's he going to fight next. He's not even a UFC fighter anymore.
Mate, like, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, UFC know who they are. Like, everyone knows what the UFC done. They're the giants.
It felt like Makayev, his behavior behind the scenes was just not right. But also as well, like, we've seen UFC fighters do that before and still keep their job. But when you combine that with the fact that a lot of people and then the matchmakers seemingly thought he was a boring fighter and kept taking people down, that's a recipe for disaster. And now he wasn't re-signed. He's gone.
I think some of the fighters in the UFC forget it's a job.
Yeah.
You're doing a job there. Like, you're hired, right? And yeah, at no point are you ever above the rules.
Fair enough. Well, I don't know. Maybe he'll do well in the PFL. He's only young. I think he's 23. Maybe he'll get re-signed. He'll come back.
That's savage, dude.
the way that it happened, the way Dana said it was savage. It was brutal.